Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these badass Broncos, pretty much all of us drive now. This is your Bronco Talk Live presented by White Knuckle Off-Road Products. All they do, Kelly, is what?
They just ask you to go check out their website, check out their products.
That's it. That's all they want.
And then tell them we sent you.
Yeah, we don't do any kind of like discount codes because it's a small organization and we're just trying to make a living.
Yeah.
So go check their products out and maybe purchase something from those guys. If you do, tell them we said hi. Allie Dubois, Kelly Boyd, what is going on, ladies?
Allie Dubois.
Not a whole lot.
Never get it right.
Nah, not much. Working away, applying for jobs, all that fun stuff,
That sounds awful.
All of the above. Wondering when my Mustang's going to be in.
That's a good question.
And that's not pointed at you, Allie. It's purely just a statement.
I'm bugging the piss out of Allie all week.
He is, and I keep trying to back Allie up whenever he puts something in there, and I'm like, shut up, dude.
Well, it's so for our last conversation, he's like, has the car moved? No, okay, it's out of a pond, everybody. It's no longer in the pond.
No longer in a pond.
But it's like parked in the rows that it's like about to go on a truck, but it's not on a truck because we don't have okay to ship yet. And he's like, well, it's next to a rail yard. And it's like he's trying to come up with every possible reason of like why it's there.
I was sitting here bored and I was playing around on Google Maps and I was like, well, I wonder what's around because I don't know your area really at all. So I'm just like scrolling around and then I was like, well, it was closer to Allie before where it was parked. Like now they've kind of went back towards Detroit. And no, it's the fun. I texted Allie. It's like, this is just the fun of it to me of like what spin the 8 ball. Where's it
and
at
Allie's like, this is not the fun of selling this vehicle to you, just so we're clear.
Probably so. And if it comes in by Saturday, we won't even get to see Allie because you're going to be where, Allie?
Bronco Takeover at Silver Lake Sand Dunes.
I know, which really, really bums me out because that was it's on our board over there that says Sand Dunes this year. And damn it, doesn't look like that's going to happen. But anyways, so as y'all can see, we have Doggo Cam today. I had Doggo Cam on there earlier Saturday. And it was just me and Brooks there, the dog. And well, as you can see,
don't say his name too loud because then he's gonna come over and you'll lose Doggy Cam.
We talked. Yeah, see, he knows the drill. Allie, you when I mentioned tonight's show, you had said there's a particular person that's probably feisty enough to be on the show. So don't mention that name just yet. But I'm teasing the audience.
He might be.
That there is a bad MFer, boy or girl.
Someone said Tim Bartz.
Somebody said Tim Bartz. Could be. Yeah. You never know. We know who it is, but they don't. But first, you know what the drill is. It's that time.
All right. You know what the drill is. All right. So we have Eric Jefferson in the house. Mark King popping in. Pavement ends now. Michael Nice says, let's start a survey to see when Kelly gets her new Mustang. Anna Smith calling out, seeking a small deluxe pizza. Minall Productions, Bronco 78 Adventures, Jeffrey Babb checking in this evening, Steve P saying, hey from Phoenix, I finally got a cool down from 119 degrees to 106. Yeehaw.
Nice.
Whew. That's hot. And then we've got Gia Hogue popping in this evening, Jay checking in, and Jay says, Dave,
IO.
Michael Cooper checking in. Jonathan Fald saying 68 degrees in northern Michigan today. Wow. That would have been nice today. Michael Nice checking in. Flo, Dirk Connor, J Ray, and let's see, Adam Weber coming in tonight. Nurse AJ, Nelizar, and Bud Guy 8829, MM checking in. TN Code Monkey. And hold on. My computer's really slow tonight. Sorry, guys. Paul Elliott, Tim Bartz is in the comments, so he's probably not in the green room, but he might be. Just saying. And Jay Ray says, I'm not getting my Mustang until 8/14. Wow. Sassy. And Pez had 123 jumping in last minute, and I'm sure I missed somebody, and I'm so sorry it was not personal. So
I had somebody get nasty about your Mustang till next year. I've talked to somebody at Ford this and that, and I was just like, wow, the car's built. I'm sure I can get
It's
go.
built, it's there.
Yeah, it's like shut the f up, man. Like
Amy Cloud's popping in. You
Oh,
are one of my favorite people. So thank you for popping in. We need to get you on the show and do another ladies.
Please.
you two.
I know.
Well,
Shh.
the next couple wins are booked. And speaking of booked, do we do the guest now?
I think
we
we should
so.
pull them out of the green room because I think it's just kind of mean leaving them in the green room.
I'm not purposely like being an asshole here.
Well, you are right now when you're saying, should we pull them in?
Well, this guy.
Amy's gonna love it.
Oh yeah, this guy. He knows how to move and shake things. He's a world traveler. He's a man of lug nuts. He's a guy that can lift. I'm gonna say he could probably lift the 65-pound tire. I'm going to give him that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Jordan Parker in
He's
the house.
gonna kill you one time.
It's good we have virtual separation, and it's good Dave's not coming to Woodward.
Wow!
I'm kidding. Thank you guys for having me on again. I don't know why I continue to do this, but here we are.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, he says, I don't know why I keep letting myself get abused here, but okay. Welcome in.
I'm doing it for Amy.
Okay.
I know she was going to be here, but Amy, great to see you in the chat if you're in there somewhere.
Yes.
He's here.
Yes.
She is popping in.
Well,
and
we have Bronco.
and off rodeo. The
Yes.
off rodeo store is open because I just ordered a bunch of stuff, including this and 8 other shirts I didn't.
Is that a Utah sweatshirt?
It is. They didn't have Texas.
Oh, but Utah's better anyway. It's okay.
I don't know. Haven't been. Need to go.
Utah. Once you go to Utah, you'll never want to go anywhere else, man. I'm telling you.
Correct. Well, don't tell people that because we don't want them coming.
Well,
don't California or Utah, please.
This and all those fabulous places, but it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, if
Utah.
that's one place we could retire is either Texas or Utah, one of the two.
Yes.
Only bummer is state income tax, Jordan. How do you deal with that?
Write-offs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You find all the
That's how you
business
deal with it.
expenses and you write them off.
A lot of
That's it.
tire.
Lots of write-offs.
Yeah.
Lots and lots.
I did tell our friend who's a CPA, I said, next year you're gonna do our taxes. I will pay you. She's like, you're not paying me. I was like, but yeah. This year.
No, a CPA is like the best investment you could ever make.
Yeah. She said all I have to do is take her out to dinner. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wish my CPA gave me that gig. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
We've been moms in crazy town together, so it's we've got some camaraderie there.
Yeah,
so
Fair enough.
There you go.
14-year-olds.
Woo, buddy.
Yeah, it's interesting, but this is not family chat.
No, this is not Family Nation tonight.
No, we all have our own issues with family from time to time, but we're here to battle out some issues for the Ford Bronco, and I thought it would be fun to pit Broncos against each other and see where the final outcome is. Brooks, if you're going to lick yourself, we're going to do this because I don't think everybody dog licking himself. But I thought it would be fun to see which Bronco rules out of all of them. And you might just assume, oh, it's the Raptor. And that might be, but this is all going to be based on your opinions. So what we're going to do is we will open the chat up here in a little bit. We'll put a poll up and let you guys vote. And by the end of the show, we'll hopefully one of us will sway one person, one way and maybe people the other way. And we'll see how the outcome is. And tonight is going to be pretty fun because we're going to do the bass, my beloved bass. Sorry, bass people. We're going to put it up against the Big Bend. And then what was it, Allie? Next week we were going to do
Badlands. Or no, I'm sorry.
Black Diamond and Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Yes. And then the next will be Wild Track Badlands. And, whoever will, obviously somebody's going to have to take on Raptor. We do know that. And Raptor's in a class of its own. So I can't pit it against really directly anybody, but it should be fun. And, we'll see how these base people, how they like this, because I have a feeling base may not win this out. Allie, what would be just a prediction right now without turning on votes? Which one just would be the best?
I mean, I'm going to say Big Bend.
Yeah. But there's price involved, and some people they might value putting their own parts on it. So base could win out with that. Jordan, where would you, just out of those two, just a quick guess, where do you think the best value is in a Bronco?
Base for sure.
Yeah. Well, this guy that changed his tires, he would know. He would know that. No, I would actually like to change. The base would be the tire you want to change because those little pizza cutters would be pretty light.
I'm gonna answer this one to M&M. I don't know. Just MM. I got it on Ford Accessories. It's just a regular tire cover.
Yeah, Allie's always selling Ford accessories.
But it doesn't stop.
I know.
They asked in the comments.
It doesn't
Kelly, where you
stop.
at for the two Broncos, Big Ben versus base?
Honestly, I might go with base just because if I'm gonna, this is gonna sound terrible and snobby, I'm sure, but if I'm gonna go that low in the trim level, I want to build it myself, so I'm gonna say base.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know, which one. We'll look at it a little more detail, but I don't know if there's a big difference in what you're getting other than a few minor things.
Mhm.
So we'll get into that. But Jordan, how is Bronco Nation? Everything going good over there?
Great, never better.
No, but you guys do have for Woodward coming up. You guys have a big event planned, right?
Yes, we do. We have a lot planned. 3 full days of activities. On Thursday is Hollyoaks off-roading all day. We're going to have off-roading trail guides there, provide instruction and knowledge and education and spotting and all that fun stuff. So whether you're an experienced off-roader or have never touched dirt, we'll have people there to guide you through it to make sure you don't end up in a bad situation. Not going to promise you won't get stuck because that's part of the fun sometimes. And then we can do a recovery class if people really like. And then Friday, we have a full action-packed day. We have, I don't know what the correct term is, but we're using the Paquette plant, which is where the first Model Ts were built
Awesome.
back in the 50s. So like where the production line.
We got to go further back than 50s for Model Ts. That better be the.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't quote me on the dates, but somewhere before predating me.
Go into the Model Ts. That's it.
Yep, the model. Yeah, there you go. Back when the production
era.
started, was built and started. So we are going to be having a breakfast there, providing breakfast. We're going to have some surprise guests. We're going to have Broncos on display. They're going to get a full tour of the factory, which is really, really cool. So again, this is open to Bronco Nation members only. Then from there, we have a surprise stop that will be revealed probably tomorrow, I think, now that everything's out and about. But that's also something that is not open to the public. People don't get access. You can't pay to go in. You can't, ask to go. I mean, I guess you can ask, but the answer is usually no. So we will be going there next, which is super, super cool. Going to see a lot of Ford history. Then we're going to take a group photo in front of the world headquarters building. Nice. And then we are having a private reception on the patio of Ford's garage where members can display their Bronco. We're providing dinner. And you never know who will show up there either. So nice. Action-packed day, and then on Saturday is our 3rd annual Bronco Corral.
Nice. Which Ford's garage is it?
The one right on Michigan Ave, like
Dearborn.
kind of just down from Dearborn, just down from World Headquarters.
Yeah, because the Novi's brand new.
Yeah,
the one right next to Jack Demmer Ford, and they're providing overflow parking because we have well, we capped it at 100 people, so we gave out 100 lottery tickets today, winning tickets. So we will have 100. So we have all the parking in front of Ford's garage that'll be display parking, and then everybody in overflow. Jack Demmer has been kind enough to coordinate parking there. So should be. Thank you, Dilmian, for 1908 to 1927.
They were that
much closer to Dave's birth year than mine.
Wow.
There we go.
The darts already. I love it.
Oh man, that's tough. No, that dealership was very nice to us last year. We had a little meet and greet there last year, and they were very kind. And the food there is really good at the Fords. I was amazed how good the actual food was there. And the little branding, the fun stuff they do with the buns and stuff.
Cool.
That's where the hat came from.
Yep.
Was that one?
The Demmers are always so nice whenever.
And what I appreciate too is that a lot of times restaurants that have that, some sort of theme or branding, the food just goes to hell in a handbasket. Like the Rainforest Cafe, the food's absolutely vile. But Ford's Garage, actually, like the quality's there. And honestly, I've been to 4 or 5 Ford's garages around the country. There's a lot in Florida. And the quality is like pretty consistent across the board. So we're excited. Your meal is worth your membership. We got some questions last week. They're like, membership is so expensive. I'm like, guys, it's $24.99 a year. And we're giving you dinner. Like,
because Ford's Garage is not cheap, folks. I mean, nothing is cheap anymore, it seems. But
right.
Yeah. So you're definitely getting your membership back in the Ford food for sure.
Right. And our membership on our old forums we owned was $20 a
Yeah.
year. I mean, that's like nothing to.
It's $2.08 a month. Like,
yeah,
It's well worth it.
yeah. Just don't.
we're
buy
not
one
making
more
money on
car.
y'all. Trust me.
Yeah, Jordan would be. He'd be. There'd be a Tesla in the house there. There'd be all kinds of cool stuff if he was making money off you guys.
Yep. Yeah.
He'd be in the Bahamas right now.
I would. Yeah, I might be. Yeah, I might be.
Well,
He'd go back to the Bahamas. I remember that one of the last times you were on, when you were like, I just got in for the Bahamas, and I was like, oh, tell us how sucky your life is without telling us how sucky your life is, Jordan.
Okay, I'm gonna give a hot take here. Like, the Bahamas not the greatest. Not gonna lie. Like,
Really?
I wouldn't go back. I would not go back.
Nassau was horrible.
If you stay in your own like vacation villa
Yeah.
and you do your own thing, absolutely. I have to fight you on that one and say, hey, if you stay in your own bubble and you're there for the beauty on the beach and whatever, but if you are doing much in the Bahamian cities and things, it's definitely not the greatest experience, I would say.
Yeah, we were there for one of my friends' round birthday parties, and so it was at one of the larger resort places.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like they took a nicer Vegas casino and just dropped it on the beach, and you're like,
Yeah.
the food's overpriced and not good. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to sound like unappreciative, but if you're going to spend that kind of money to go somewhere, I wouldn't go there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And a lot of kids, way too many kids.
Yeah, I'm all about Bora Bora.
No,
Yeah.
it's cheaper. I'm not kidding. It is more affordable to go to Bora Bora than it is to go to the Bahamas.
Really?
I'd rather go to Bora Bora.
By like a factor of multiples.
We're on Travel Nation now, folks.
I was gonna say we turned into Travel Nation, but I'm all about it. I love to travel, so.
So Mike Nice said Jordan not making money but needs an accountant. Interesting. Hey, I never said I wasn't making money. I make money.
Bronco Nation is not making money.
Jordan,
I didn't say that either.
Yeah, Jordan's the Bronco pimp. He's making money.
I said the memberships are not necessarily the most profitable thing.
Yeah, sometimes
obviously if you're getting a Ford meal out of it, yeah.
Yeah, well, that honestly, that
garage,
sounds like you guys are working your tail off to make sure
Yeah.
the members and everybody have a great time, which is awesome to hear. I don't see the other forum doing that, so they just take. They don't give back. So
Smile and wave, boys.
Allie learned today. She was like, "You run all the socials." I'm like, people think we have a team of like 50 people. I'm like, it's Laura, London, Robert, and I. Like, it's
no, that's
four.
the thing. To be fair, I thought it was you, London, and Laura running that. So like, I never knew who I was talking to. And now looking back on some of the conversations, I'm like, this all makes sense.
It all falls in line now.
I'm like, I get this now. I have blonde moments. Okay?
Anyways.
Yeah, no.
A lot of them.
Well, I think from what I seen last year, I think you guys, if you plus it up even a little from what y'all did last year, it'll be a real fun time.
I mean, how many people can park in the corral?
How many?
Yeah.
Oh, we're capping at 300 Broncos. Yeah.
So I thought.
You got to be at 300.
Not quite. Not quite.
Close.
So go sign up.
Close.
What we see a lot of times is once people like they're iffy because of the weather, and so once like the weather forecast comes out for that day, we see like a large influx of registrations, especially from the early guys who don't, they don't want to, or girls who want to put their classics out there. They don't want to put them in the rain. So
that makes sense.
Well, I don't think a lot of people realize that event is like the final like drive of the year for a lot of these cars. So yeah, if the weather's,
especially in Michigan.
Yeah, weather's there. They don't want to bring it out and kind of screw them up.
Exactly.
Let's see.
So, and then I think we're taking one big loop on the actual like Woodward itself. We're going to attempt to get all 300 Broncos out. That it might be self-induced head trauma that we're just asking for, but
just don't do it when they're doing the fire trucks and all the personnel coming through. Just make sure you don't.
Or the police chase.
Yeah,
last year there was a police chase.
I think I heard about it.
I heard about it. I didn't see it.
It went right by the corral, like a Charger. Obviously, it just like flew by the corral.
Of course, it was a Charger.
Cars come on by.
Oh Lord.
Well, the worst thing for us was the booth was being set up with the Heritage and all that last year, and we're trying to get some early content on that for people attack the thing.
Yeah.
And that's when the parade starts going down. And I'm like, and I still get comments, people going, "Was there a police chase as you're filming this? What's going on?" I'm like,
yes.
Like you're lucky I got something there. So just be happy.
Yeah. And Gia Hogue, she's in the chat. I think we sent her a confirmation today, I believe.
Awesome.
And Laura, I'll check your registration for the corral.
Yeah, I talked
you
to
sent it for the corral when you did it.
I talked to Sean from our Bronco Life, and he's going.
Yep.
Nice.
Saw his name.
That's good.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with Sean when we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he messaged me. He's like, "Did you get your email?" So I had to send it back. I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. And people, if you're on the wait list and in here, like people are emailing in, hey, I have a family thing come up, I can't attend. So we're moving people off the wait list and into confirmed spots. So don't lose hope. We confirmed 2 more people today after registration emails went out. So
well, and that being said too, is that if you do find that something comes up and you can't go, definitely email them in and let them know, so that way he can pull somebody off the wait list. So
because you guys would probably like all 300 to be there.
Yeah,
I mean, it helps for publicity for your next event. Plus, it's just people.
You got people waiting to
you
get
got
in.
People like us who can't maybe go to the last minute. And, who
knows? The corral still has openings. I'm more talking about the events on Friday. Right. Those ones, the demand far exceeded what we could allow. So those, because it is behind the scenes exclusive stuff, we had to cap it at 100. So we did have to, and that's a lot. Like that's,
I bet
at least it was triple what we did last year on Friday. But don't lose hope. We're still clearing people through. So we'll do our best to accommodate as many people as possible.
You guys just need to plan on coming up for Woodward, because that's when the Mustang's going to get released.
Why do I feel like Allie's having conversations in the background saying, "Don't deliver this until Woodward"?
No, I wish that was the case.
My mom actually asked me today. She was like, "Well, you're coming up for Woodward, right?" And I was like, "No, we're supposed to be in East Tennessee for our first year event." She's like, "Wait, you don't do those anymore?" I was like, "We're attending an event. I'm not putting one on. No. We're done. That's in our past."
Yeah.
And Allie has graciously offered to be a volunteer. So we have a couple members of the Michigan Bronco Club that are being volunteers, which is amazing. Nice. So shout out to them, being very generous with their time and helping us.
Allie, are you volunteering in your yard so they can park in your yard? Is that the part of the volunteer?
It's not anywhere near.
That's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, she's a little far away.
There's no way.
A bit far from Woodward.
So if Allie's yelling at you and telling you where to park, listen to her.
Yeah.
Because if not, Laura and I are coming over, and then
I know. Here's the thing, Jordan. So when I told him that I would help them, he's like, "We were secretly hoping you would say something because you're assertive and you don't take crap." Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah."
And then there's me that I'm like, let me see if we can make it work out for you. And then Allie's like, "Nope, not happening."
Parked completely sideways. That's fine. That's don't worry about it.
We'll make it if we need to.
No, it's not.
You should not be able to open your door. That is how close you all need to be.
Climb out the back.
Well, even like people,
it's why you have a back hatch.
Yeah, people park down the side streets and stuff, and that's a mess because that's not organized at all. And I think people just give up, so they just kind of throw their car somewhere. And it's like, And I feel sorry for all the people that live down that street because I seen people parking in driveways, and I'm like, did you really not even ask? Like, you're just pulling in people's driveways and like abandoning your car.
No,
it's ridiculous. But
don't do it, people.
If you've not been to Woodward and you're even close to Detroit, what is the date of that again?
August 17th, 18th, and 19th.
There you go.
19th is the actual Woodward.
So that's a Saturday.
Right.
Is the 19th.
The Friday night is fun, and the Saturday will be fun as well. And of course, you guys have your thing. But if you haven't been to that car show, it's just a lot I don't care if you have to walk a mile. Just go sit in the middle median. Bring a chair. It's just fun to see all these classic cars go by. Ford will have. I haven't heard what they're doing yet, but I assume their big display is normal. I think GM had a half-hearted attempt at a display last year. What Ford owns that Woodward?
Like 9th Avenue.
Well, no, they have even down the street. They have like little sub
or 9 Mile.
They have Mustang Alley and Cruise and Muir, and like they have. It's a nostalgic event for me. I've been going since I was 7 or 8.
Like last week.
Yeah, Yeah. And so it's been really fun for me because I used to work there with my dad and, ride around and help when I was young. So it's a fun event to now work it in a bigger boy job. I won't call myself a big boy, Dave. Don't worry.
Jordan's a big boy. It's a big boy.
Oh, here we go.
And so it's awesome. It's a super fun day. Bring lots of water, bring sunscreen, all that fun stuff. Laura, don't you worry. We will send out all the information so you know exactly where to go. Everybody made it last year, so you'll be good. Oh, and Laura's in the chat. Hello, Laura.
I know, I just saw her. And then Mike Hines just messaged me too. He's like, did you get a golden ticket? Are you hopping in Jordan and Laura's Bronco? I messaged him that. I'm like, I'm either hopping in your guys' Bronco or we're making something happen.
You and Mike both got golden tickets, so don't you worry.
Well, and where did we say last year we would never stay again?
In Auburn Hills at the Crown Plaza.
Yeah,
Never again.
Awful.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
See,
Why
Jordan,
would you stay in Auburn Hills?
Well, it wasn't it was the people we were with choice.
well,
Ish.
my parents live in Rochester, and so I felt like it was a halfway between kind of a thing, staying in Auburn Hills and Woodward, because we had literally just gotten over COVID like 3 weeks before that or something. So we didn't want to stay with my parents and take the potential of maybe getting them sick. So we stayed in a hotel, and never again. Stay in Novi or somewhere near
The
there.
only good thing I can say about this place was I was at the bar and I asked just for a whiskey and ice, and it was a glass about like this, and she filled it up for one drink. I was like, okay.
Yeah, she was heavy poor.
I was like, thank you. I don't need more.
We stayed at the
She was tipped very well. Too.
what was the Novi?
Oh, the Novi.
The Sheridan in Novi one time we stayed, and
That
it
was
was
really nice.
literally it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
So
I
highly
feel like
recommend.
the hotel options in the Detroit metro area are just pitiful. Like they're just horrific. It's not.
We said we
it's
were going to
not good.
Airbnb the next time that we went, just because.
I got bed bugs one time I was at a hotel there. Yeah. The Courtyard Marriott Dearborn, never stay there. Thank God I checked before I got into bed, and I'd been in my room for 5 minutes. I laid down on top of the bed just because I was so exhausted. And I was scrolling on my phone, and I saw a bed bug walk across the pillow. I'm like,
time to go.
Okay. No. So
see, I'm such a homebody.
I got hundreds of thousands of Marriott points. That
home.
was the good thing.
I bet you did. Yeah,
that
see,
was
that's the thing for me is that's one of my biggest fears because we're starting to travel more.
Yeah.
And I typically take a pillow with me. So I'm like, I really hope we don't stay in a hotel with bugs because I really don't want to bring them home.
The Dearborn Courtyard Marriott. Never go there.
Don't do it. Got it.
The bed bugs aren't the only issue with that hotel either.
The airport hotel.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that a Sheridan?
No, that one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The
Westin at the Detroit airport isn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It feels old. It definitely feels old.
Well, it's been there a minute, but it's
it's definitely outdated. But
I didn't think it was that.
Ford's got to
bad.
quit because it's Dave and Kelly. They don't have to assume that we're not married. They
And
can
book
at
us
least
2
ask
rooms.
in these media events we go to 2 times in a row. They've here's 2 rooms, and I'm like, I don't need 2 rooms. We're not brother and sister. Just because we're coming from Tennessee does not mean we're brother and sister.
Laura, if my house was done, I would love to have a bunch of Bronco people over here, but my house is far from done, and it's so frustrating.
She's got no microwave. Come on.
No, I have my kitchen together.
Okay.
So my kitchen's finally together. I don't have flooring. I don't have.
And at
doors.
Woodward, you want to do the least amount of driving possible. Reduce your distance as much as humanly possible.
You get there and you park it.
We made that mistake last year because we stayed up by Holly Oaks because we were doing base camp, and I was like, "This was a disastrous mistake."
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh,
that's
right. Because I remember seeing the schedule, and I was like, "Oh shit, that is not a pretty drive."
I think we got up at 4:30 or 3:30 on Corral Day on Saturday. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm sitting outside the Starbucks parking lot at 4:30. I'm like,
Regicon says, sounds like we need
Bronco Nation needs Starbucks that morning.
In the middle of Woodward.
Yeah.
No, my team knows. I'm not really to be spoken to before I have coffee. So.
But nobody wants to stay in the middle of Woodward Avenue at night.
No,
So
you
that's
might,
not happening.
you might. It's not safe.
You won't sleep.
Uh-uh.
No.
We're all
You might wake up with no tent. You'll just be on the grass.
Yeah, and somehow they moved you without you even knowing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like cars when you see them on the side of the road and you're like, how the hell did the wheels get taken off? That would be you in the grass.
When you drive down Woodward on like a Wednesday night, there's all these randos like parked along the street, sitting with lawn chairs, like on a non-Woodward weekend, just on like a Tuesday in May. There's a reason.
It's
There's
true.
a reason.
Here's your sign.
Well, speaking of this, guys, if you will click the like button for us on this, it would help the old algorithm. And if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel. We're on our goal for 10K, and with your help, we can get there.
Are you gonna put a poll up?
I was typing this as we speak, and my brain over here was correcting a couple things.
Yep.
So we were gonna put what it is tonight. We're gonna battle it out, as it were. We're gonna. Oh wait. Damn it, I thought another special guest was popping in. We're going to figure out which is the best entry level Bronco, and with your help, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this over the next couple weeks, and the winner takes all, basically. And I think what this will do is I want to get a better idea. People always say base. We early on there was always that big argument of no, base is the best value, but we never had any kind of rate to judge how that was. And what I want everybody to think about is think about the price of it. Think about, the options that you're getting with it. And I think we probably should just go with Sasquatch package all around because there's going to be one base guy that wants the lockers. So that's the only way they're going to get lockers. And even with Big Ben. So I think rating them just Sasquatch seems the most fair. Right?
Oh, so you're saying Sasquatch on all of them?
I think so.
Got it.
Of them. So,
on all the ones that we're talking about.
Yeah, because what is going to happen is if you put a base against a Badlands, I mean, that's not even close. So we will see. And so
Sasquatch is a great equalizer.
That's right. And let's put that in that right there. So we'll do this. I got you. So Jordan, any other fun stuff besides Michigan coming up? What do you guys got going on?
Super West is coming up in September. Allie's going. Overland Expo East is the first weekend in October. Austin City Limits.
Oh,
Austin City Limits. If anyone's going to be there,
are y'all doing the festival?
We are.
Nice,
fun.
I'm just saying, if you need help, I'm just saying.
Trust me, I have a long list of helpers.
I bet you do.
That weekend, a long list. Including but not
I can make my hip stop
siblings.
hurting that weekend, Jordan. I'll make my hip stop hurting that weekend for you.
So if you are coming, I actually have a call on it tomorrow, I think, or Wednesday with more info, but we have stuff just for Bronco owners, Bronco Nation members. So if you own a Bronco, you're in the Austin area and you're bringing your Bronco, stay tuned because we'll have some exciting stuff for you guys to hopefully make ACL more enjoyable. I've never been. I'm extremely excited. We have what is it? Member Takeover Day at Off Rodeo, Nevada, October 30th.
October 30th? Is that when it is, you said?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because it backs up to
the
SEMA.
day before SEMA. Yep. And then SEMA right after that, which is really exciting. And then I am leaving for a month. Hallelujah. Praise you, the Lord. So I will be disappearing for a month. And then Christmas, and then we're into 24th. So
Nice.
Super Southwest and Overland Expo East are the two big events left for us besides Woodward.
Laura just found out in the chat that Jordan's gone for a month.
She knows. Trust me, she knows.
Well, so we're going to start this poll right now, and I'm curious to get some opinions.
So go check out BroncoNation.com. Or wait, it's the Bronco Nation, isn't it?
Nation.
Sorry, I found that out
Kelly.
a couple weeks ago because I was like, that does not take me where it should. So the BroncoNation.com. Check it out for all the schedule. And
also, one disclaimer: there's a Facebook group that's very large called Bronco Nation. That's not affiliated with us because we'll have people email us be like, "Why'd you reject me from the group?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything." Why'd you delete my post? I didn't delete anything.
Got it.
The great thing about Facebook is you can say, "Hey, it's they're screwing with us, our business," and they'll be like, the bot will be like, "No, everything looks good here."
Yeah. So if you want to post on I shouldn't say unfiltered, mostly unfiltered, you can go on Bronco Nation.
Well,
because
you know, I owned
we don't
the
suppress
Nation.
opposing opinions.
I owned the Nation forums for quite a while. So I'm going to say is I feel a little hurt that I wasn't
Just the Nation.
No,
we had
no.
Nissan
Nissan Nation, All-Terrain, or
Frontier Nation, Overland Nation.
If it was a forum with a nation in it, I probably had a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
But not the
Anyway,
Bronco
so
one, sorry.
poll is live, guys. So go ahead and vote. I'm curious, and I'm not going to shut it down to the very end. We'll tally up the votes. But so, Allie, since you sell these silly things, what is when people are new? Because I think you still get people new that doesn't.
Oh my God, there's people walking in the door every single day. Like, I saw a cool one on the road, and they're now hooked, and then you have to break the news of how long they gotta wait still.
Well, like 4 weeks now, because I'm seeing people getting them like crazy. But how do you advise when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, I just want the entry level"? How do you advise a customer? Well, because it's slightly confusing. Well, there's a base, and then there's a big bin, and they're both sort of entry level vehicles. Mm-hmm. How do you advise somebody on that?
I ask them what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
And like what features like they have to have like that are absolutely like if it's not on there, you're not taking the vehicle type of a thing, and start narrowing it down from there. Because what you also get into is people typically will go to like top tier, be like, this is the best one you can get. It's like, well, it's not, depending on what you're using it for. Right. Like I switched a ton of wild track people to Badlands that are actually using these things for what they're meant for. Not that wild track isn't bad, but people just don't know.
But can you break it down just a little bit? I mean, what is the plus of a obviously Sasquatch, you get front and rear lockers. Mm-hmm. Now each trim does get slightly different things, even with Sasquatch. But what they don't get rock rails, I believe either trim doesn't get rock rails, if I remember right.
Yeah, I mean, so if we're comparing just the base and the big bend, mm-hmm. I basically tell them like, do you want remote start? Like you have remote start from your phone, but do you want it from the key fob? Do you have to have heated seats? Do you have to have the rear parking sensors? And then, no, I'm trying to remember. Oh, the intelligent access, the unlock and lock feature. Like if you want to have your keys with you, you want to be able to unlock it. Like those are the things I ask them right away, trying to figure out from a base to a big bend.
And see, for me, I like the base grill a lot more, and that's the biggest difference appearance-wise. Like, because on Sasquatch the wheels are going to be the same. You're going to get the same fender flares, yada yada yada. Granted, I don't like the base headlights, and you can upgrade to the nicer headlights on the big bend, but I don't think it's worth it for the upgraded quote unquote grill, because I personally don't think it looks as good. Right. You can't get the big screen. The interior, the cloth option's the same. So I think a couple of those technology things, you get a backup camera on both. The screen size is the same on both. You get cruise control on both. So it really comes down to like the key. So if you can get over the key fob.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly the key fob, and granted you can add heated seats. Oh, the other one for the mid package was the auto dimming rear view mirror. That was the other one I was missing.
Right. But I'm just got Ford's website here pulled up. Entry level, of course, you never can buy these things for what this price says, but no. 4-door starts at $38,040 for the base, and Big Ben is $39,870. So
that's like not $10K price hike since.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Well, two-door base now is what, $34,000 when it was what, $28,900 or something before. And speaking
What's the Sasquatch package price difference on those two, or is it the same? Is it like 75
we'd have to get
something?
into and we'll jump into the build of it just a little bit. But
I want to say it's still $5,000.
Speaking of $5,000,
what does $5,000 have to do with Mr. Tim Bart's the Ford guy?
That's right. We got the money man. What's going on, Tim?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
Got me on the couch.
Well, you're like, I just wanted to enjoy the night, man. I didn't want to be on a show. Tim, what is your opinion if you had a customer come up to you and it's like, well, I want to basically spend $40K. Which one do you go with the Sasquatch package?
Oh, well, can you get a Sasquatch on either one for 40?
No.
Well, probably not. But
True.
Sorry. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm a big band owner. I put it in there in the title there, but yeah, I mean, base, the big, like Allie said, I think too, depending on what extra features you want, what convenience features, because that's the big reason to go to big band for me was the convenience features. But if you're just wanting an off-roader, you wanted to go, Sasquatch, base is the best value. I mean, my opinion.
Right.
But,
and I've got the base pulled up here. Of course, I know Jordan, you were saying the grill. You like the grill better, right?
On the base, I do.
Yeah, I think the base grill is better than the Big Ben grill.
Is it the lack of Bronco being painted, or is it just that style of grill?
I like the black.
It's black. Yeah, it's just darker. I think it looks nicer.
Yeah. So let's where's it? Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to pull in. There's Sasquatch package. They've changed this a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I will say
how much? Go back down.
If you're trying to tear this apart, obviously
57.
Big Ben base is the way to go. But for me, it's convenient features, 100%.
Oh, what did you do?
Who knows? Sorry.
So what are we at? What are we at MSRP right now with just adding Sasquatch back?
Just adding Sasquatch. Let's scroll down here. Make sure it doesn't say lease.
$479 a month is a lie.
Yeah.
But it's still a lie.
So you're at 47.
See,
There you go, 47, 120.
Well, yeah, but you got to watch this. It does slightly change that.
Oh yeah,
46,
acquisition
475.
You
So
can
it's-
buy a lot of cars for 46, 475.
That is true.
Or side by
A
side.
lot
because
of
I think
convenience features.
Polaris brought out a side by side that's $50K now for a side by
I
side.
saw that.
Nope. No thanks.
Let's see, 475 for that.
I'll get a
God,
beat
the
up
prices have
four-wheel
gone
drive
up so
somewhere and
much.
take it out and beat it up.
Or you go beat up a
I mean,
Bronco.
that is $50K, and you don't have seat warmers.
Yeah.
Well, this was 46 was
And is that before tax or after tax?
That's before tax. That's before
Oh.
state. So that's before state. That's before doc. That's before anything.
Holy hell,
So you're at
destination
52.
charges went up. So it's now
53.
18.
Thought it was $12.95 or
No.
15 something most recently.
It was 16. That they keep jacking the price up. Tim, do you know anything about?
Y'all go
why
buy a
they-
really good used Land Rover for that price. Just saying. Just saying.
We're doing the wrong show here.
I'm on the honesty show, is what I'm on.
Tim, I
I'm
did
on the
see.
real
Jordan,
show.
we expect nothing less from you.
Yeah,
Right.
Just saying, guys.
Tim, I did see that Ford was doing a mid-cycle price increase. Is that destination charge part of that?
that came out. No, it wasn't. That came out Wednesday, so it was the day after my live stream. But we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, a lot of the base packages for about everything went up by like $250 to $750, I think. So it's not really a mid-year price increase anymore. It's a monthly price increase.
No, it literally is. It's on everything though, and it's just one after another. It's you can't keep up.
Well, my Raptor MSRP today would be scratching 100.
So okay, let's talk about that.
With tax tag and title, you're well over 100.
So I had one on order. I placed it in August of last year, and it was 84. I believe it was either 83 or 84. And by the time it got invoiced, which was early January, and it just got to our dealership about 3 weeks ago, it was $13,500 more.
Yep. When I placed my order with every single option, it was 79, 995 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they used to start at 69 something.
Yeah.
And now my same spec would be 97, 98 before tax.
Yeah, I think my total out the door with tax, title, license, everything, and that's me buying it at MSRP. It was $101 or $102,000. I'm just that's half my house.
Right.
That's
And
wild.
but does your house increase that fast? Because you can go make 30K on it.
I mean,
you can't though. They're not going for that.
The offer on the house, I do have equity. So.
Right. Well, no, but Ford kept seeing people when they were in the 70s, dealerships just, the bad dealerships out there just jacking the prices up. They're like, okay, if you can get it, we'll just go ahead and get that
That's
price.
literally what I think they did.
It's just, I mean, you can go 10 more and get a Raptor R, and you're much, 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 much better off with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, depends on what you're doing with it, I guess.
No, it doesn't. You're much better off with that, period.
As much as I love the Bronco, I'll say I would rather have an After R.
Jordan's totally on the honesty tour tonight.
Yeah, that's why Allie told me to join.
This is why I invited Jordan. For our conversation earlier, I texted him. I'm like, "Well, you're in a mood. Do you want to join?"
Well, so I've got a Big Ben built with just Sasquatch package. Of course, once again, it is a 4-door. And just quick guesses. What do y'all think the price is? Just adding Sasquatch package
to Big Ben.
52.
48. Right around 50.
49.5.
What'd you say, Jordan?
49.5.
Oh, I thought you said 59. I was like, damn.
I mean, no, that's next month.
Yeah.
That is next month. $50,300 for the Big Ben. Now taking a look at this, which one is the better value? And guys,
I know those heated seats kind of get me. I don't know that they're
thing. I think I would still say Big Bend.
Neither. Y'all are crazy for spending $51,000 on this car. Come on.
I know, because I spent $54,000 on our Badlands.
Well, that was a year and a half ago, 2 years
but
ago.
Still,
I know, and that's the thing. I spent 52 or 53 on my Badlands in 21.
And if you're financing this at the current 8.5, what interest rates are you seeing, Tim? Like average across the last 90 days?
They're coming down a little. 5, 6. I don't know. I'm not in finance. I don't get that.
Yeah,
I haven't bought a car since the rates went up. and I refused.
I mean, honestly, I'm seeing 599 to 899 on average. Like those are average ones I'm seeing.
Well, if you guys would smash that like and maybe a super chat, we could get our rate down from
Well, and it's funny that you say 599 to 899 because I remember our first vehicle that we purchased after. For those that don't know, we unfortunately were hit by the recession back in 2009, and we had to file bankruptcy shortly after. But our first interest rate on a car was like 9% after we were coming back. So I can't I can only imagine what the interest rate would be.
We refinanced as soon as we could.
Yeah. As soon as we could, we refinanced. So
and that's the thing. So the last 8 years I've worked at Brighton Ford, I'm very used to the 1.9, the 2.9s, the 3.9s, like all of that. And I have a sales guy, his name's Pete. He sits behind me. He's awesome. He tells it how it is. He's hilarious. And he's like, these should not be the interest rates of cars, plain and simple. He's like, from what he's used to, and he has a lot more experience than I do. He's like, it's not normal to have the 1.9, the 2.9, the 3.9. I'm not sitting here saying it's not great to have those, because it is great to have those. But from what all the guys were used to, he's like, that's not the norm, at all. Right. It's just not.
Right. Of course, Tim, you've been in the industry for quite a while. I mean, I remember buying my first car with no credit. I was in the 9s, and that was just a used Buick Regal. It was a grandmother's car, but I do think that should play a factor in the pricing of this now, because like you said, $54,000 was with ours, with the big, or with the Badlands Sasquatch package, the bumper and everything. Basically everything you could get besides the big screen.
Besides Lux package.
So here's Jordan.
I'm back. Sorry, my audio stopped working for some reason.
So I mean, and then job. What are people having to make now an hour to like as a person, a mid-20s person, to go afford a vehicle like this, which is kind of the market, I think, because I think, Jordan, you proved that with y'all's marketing is y'all are a younger group than probably the average buyer right now, but there's a reason for that, is because that's in 5 years, that's the market they want. So that market's looking at this going, well, there's no way I can afford that thing.
Well, I don't, and it's not the weird thing with my age is it's not so much that people are making more on average. People are just like willing to spend more, which is what's mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
People will really, really push themselves, car payment wise, to get into something that they want to get into.
I see it every day.
I'm sure, especially on trucks. I know there's so many truck payments are, you know, you're $1,200, $1,500 a month for, you know, a Super Duty and F-150, and it's like, so maybe people are raised differently. I wasn't raised that way. You know, I do very well for myself, and my payment's not that, you know, nowhere near $1,000. But I'm also didn't buy a new car. So and I bought before the rates were what they were. So I looking at a new car, like to go buy a new car now, because I'm coming up on 2 years on mine. I'm like, the prices are better, but the interest rates are 8.5, you know, and as a 24-year-old with not 30 years of credit history, you know, and a mortgage and blah, 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 like it kind of sucks. So
I agree. I see it daily, and people stretch themselves like all the time, because I won't get too involved in a lot of the finances or whatever. Just because, especially if it's like a friend, I'm like, it goes straight to finance. I don't see it. I don't touch it. I don't want to know. Like, if there's an issue, I'll tell my finance manager. I'm like, hey, this is a friend. You need to have this conversation. Like, this isn't one, like, for me. But, like, you see people completely stretch themselves, and I'm just like, I panic over the bills I have to pay, and I know I have to, like, I can pay them. I'm good for a couple of months if I were to, like, lose my job. Not that that would happen, but it's just like, I see these people that can't put down payments down. And I'm like, why are you taking this car payment on if you can't give us your upfronts, which is less than $1,000?
Well, if you take a look at Bronco too, even the base entry level these are really like a third vehicle. You do see it with Jeep, Wranglers, and I'm sure up north especially, they sit in the garage all winter. They come out for your short summer that you guys have, and then they go right back in the garage. And I would assume the market is similar to for the Bronco. What do you think, Kelly?
Well, isn't the rule of thumb, like, to comfortably afford a car, you need to be able to put 20% down and keep it under 10% a month of your gross income? Like, that's the rule to comfortably afford a car. So
we'll rename you
unless
Dave
there's
Ramsey
just a boatload of people making six figures, which maybe there is. I don't know. But
I can promise you there's not.
No. Well, it's funny because our daughter and I were having a conversation about this the other day, because she's 13. In her mind, she thinks because you have a nice car, you're automatically rich.
Nope.
And I had to have this whole conversation with her, and I said, here's the thing, is like, they could have a really nice car and they could live in a complete dump because
they could live
cars
at home
are more
with their
important
parents.
to them,
I'm
and that's all they can afford.
So often now too, is how many people have moved back home with their parents.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen in the industry that I'm in, I've seen too many people over in Brentwood, Tennessee, where all the stars live. I've seen them build $1 million homes, and I've seen them basically they're living on air mattresses, so they can live. They want to look the lifestyle, but they can't afford the lifestyle. So
there are people making $250 a year, living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah,
because the boat and the boat storage and the car and the jet ski and the 4-wheeler and the $50,000 side by side, and
you gotta have everything.
Well, and it's a funny thing because we've talked about this too, and it's the known kind of mindset of the more you make, the more you spend, because you get comfortable with, well, I have the money for this now, so I'm going to spend it on this. And to your point, Allie, not everybody thinks financially sound like that, of going, maybe I should put some money off to the side to put down on this to lower that, because I'll be honest, sometimes we're not the smartest financially. I mean,
started a business.
How much do we travel?
Do I know how much stupid crap I keep buying? I don't need to do it, but I just do it.
Don't stop buying Maya's bark box. I'm just gonna say.
She's spoiled, okay? The dog has a
spending cuts. The subscriptions have got to go.
But she deserves new toys every month. I don't have a kid. She's my kid.
We see them behind you.
You leave my streaming alone.
We see all the toys behind you, Allie.
I know. There's like 8. But no, like while people are waiting for Bronco, I wasn't joking to like half my customers. I'm like, if you don't have a payment, start putting money aside now. Because I'm like, not only are you going to have your car payment, you're going to have accessories. You're going to have all these trips you want to go on. I was not this big of a traveler up until Bronco. Yeah. Granted, super thankful for it because of all my friendships I've made. Like, nothing could have replaced the last two. If you were to ask me like 3 years ago what today would be like, I would be like, no, you're crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a hermit, don't do anything, and yet here I am. But like I tell them
volunteering to help at Woodward.
Exactly. So like when they were telling me like how much roughly these cars were going to cost, I looked at my customers straight in the eye. I'm like, get a down payment ready. Your payment's going up. Like, just brace yourselves now type of a thing. And I was talking to a girl, actually, Jordan, the email you sent out for me earlier.
Jeez.
Oh.
So rude, Alex.
So with it, she was sitting there and she's like, granted, she took a high payment. She knew exactly what she was getting into. She knew exactly roughly where it was going to be. She's like, I am in my 30s. I just went to Mexico for a week and now I can afford to buy my own car. Like, she was pumped. She was so excited. But like, she knew and like has been prepping for this for about 2 years now. Because she like waited to put one in. She didn't get one right away. And it was just finally her time. But that's not the case for everyone at all.
Truth.
So if they want to do a,
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
So say they want to go bigger engine, like that's the deciding factor. You're now at $52,195 for the Big Ben. $52,000 for one of these things. And these are once again, I want to stress this, these are entry level. So remember when you're voting in the poll tonight, these are just the entry level vehicles. That
was literally the price of my Badlands.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
And you've got
my friend spec'd out my Wild Track the other week, and he's like, yeah, that thing's like 70, 72 now. I'm like, no, it's like mid 50s. He was like, no. It's in this. There's a 7 in front of it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, the amount of I know this is the Bronco show, and I'm Mr. Bronco or whatever, but like, there's a lot of cars you can buy for 70 grand that have a lot more features. A lot more features and are a lot more comfortable.
You get an F-150 XLT. What you were saying, Allie? There, no, what
you used to be able to.
Average price is 65, at least 65.
I had my F-150 Limited was under 70. So now an XLT is 65, 70. Like the Limited with everything in it used to be.
My very first
3 years ago, 2 years ago.
So I just hit the other day 8 years working at Brighton Ford. And the very first truck I had ever gotten was $45,000. XLT 302, like in 8 years, that truck is now $65,000.
Yeah, I had an XLT, same deal, and it was sub 50.
My first XLT in '97 was 18. Now it was a manual transmission, but the trim.
He just said he wasn't born.
I know. I heard. You're gonna have a son older.
I was going to say, you know what,
Wait,
Jordan?
did you say F-150 or did you say Model T?
No. Damn. All right, this millennial bullshit's got to go.
Not a Ford vehicle, but my first car was $19,000, and it was decked out to them. Like, I did everything.
It was a Chevy Cobalt.
It was the Sport, and it was everything.
Ooh,
like, it was
easy.
Shut up. It was the highest you could get in the car itself. But like, and I remember
0 to 60 in 1 year.
I remember committing to $19,000 on a car, and I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? What am I doing here? And then when we leased the Titan, I was like, oh my God, we're spending that on a car payment. And then like every vehicle we bought, I'm like, oh my God, is this what we're spending? And it just keep going up because it's never going to go down at this point.
My first car payment was $208 a month.
Oh, mine was $268, and I thought I might die.
There's Tim. Tim's back.
Had to get some headphones in there.
Oh,
welcome back.
Tim's tired of not hearing us. So if Tim, like we're looking at what was it, roughly 4,000 difference now?
Yeah,
between the two. I mean, which now is the better value? I mean, you were team base before, right?
Hold on, I gotta pull this up now.
He was Big Ben.
Or were you Big Ben?
Well, I bought a Big Ben, but value-wise, when you're looking at, they both have Sasquatch. It's like, is there $4,000 worth of upgrades to Big Ben?
Could you?
especially once you add the Sasquatch, they get the same. I mean,
think yes, because I'm bougie.
Yeah, you could put heated seats in one with brand new. You could put leather in it for under $1,000.
Yeah, you could put cat skin in.
Yeah. So if that was your one holdup, say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do find it interesting. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, they're all going to have vinyl seats now, so that they're all going to have the same seat, so that's not an upgrade. I mean, you go Big Ben, you get I'm trying to think. No, they went away from cloth at job 2 on that, so they're all vinyl now. So that's not even an option anymore. Which I'm okay with either one. Not a lot of people it's a deal breaker on that, but I mean, I don't know. Big Ben, I think the Big Ben is where you have options to upgrade from there. Like you can add the mid package once you go to Big Ben. You can add the signature lighting, and you can add some of those features. So I think the mid package is a great package. I mean, I think if you do go Big Ben, you have that option of being able to get some great features, heated seats, the dual climate, I don't know, there's a bunch of other stuff, intelligent access, all those things that I like the Big Ben for those convenience features. But I mean, if you're comparing just a base Big Ben to a base, just will stay base in my opinion.
Yeah, I think if you're comparing that and like not adding the mid package, because I just pulled it up. So like the mid package, you get the 2-door intelligent accent, the ambient lighting, auto dimming rear view mirror, connected navigation, dual zone climate, heated seats, the power outlet in the back, rear parking sensors, remote start, sync 4, so wireless phone connection.
There's your $4,000.
Yeah.
But that's not standard on a Big Ben. That's the mid package.
This is all the mid package, and then you have the optional Ford Copilot 360 with the auto headlights, the bliss, the lane keeping, all of that.
How much is the mid package upgrade edition?
It's less than $3,000, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like $2,500 or $3,000.
I think it's a pretty good value, but the question is, what do you get if you're looking at the order guide? What do you get when you go from base to Big Ben? What equipment do you get as an upgrade? I mean, you got a different look, different wheel, but if you're going Sasquatch, the wheel is out the window.
So the only things you get different is beside the grill, the LED fog lights, the privacy glass, the tires and wheels are upgraded from the Steelies.
It's this, but no, with Sasquatch, it's the same.
Oh yeah. Sorry. And then terrain management system.
It's the same.
Is the same.
You get another. Yeah. Do you get another go mode?
Wrapped,
no.
Steering wheel, shift knob, and that's about it.
Both with, if I remember right, Sasquatch, you get the advanced transfer case. Is that right?
You get the front and rear locker.
Yeah.
Right.
So and you get a same job for $500, less than.
Yeah, you can get it for $100.
Well, I'm talking the whole car.
Yeah.
Like you have to get the hard top done and all that. You're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 panes of glass on a base. So
yeah, I mean, if you're looking just strictly, for going from a base to Big Ben, I would be on the base. Yeah. If I wasn't adding the mid package, I'd be on the base, especially if you look at Sasquatch, because you got you're gonna have the same wheel. And so I actually switched out my Big Ben grill because I hate the look of the Big Ben grill. And so I switched mine to the same. Mine's actually the black diamond grill because I wanted the white letters, but otherwise it's the same grill as the base.
I
like that look.
For the wild track, I like the glossy black better out of all of them.
I'm with you, Dave.
He's not going to admit this every day, but he would actually switch it out with a Raptor grill.
And it's not because of it's not because of it's a Raptor.
Weird.
I don't think
I've ever heard that.
I like the aggressive. Well, I know I asked you what they would cost. I like the more aggressive look at that grill, but it has nothing to try and.
I know it does. I know it does.
And Jody, if Jody's still in here, man, when I see his truck,
I do like Jody's grill.
I love that grill and that.
Which one is it?
The Raptor.
No,
the
but
Bronco
Jody's
Raptor grill.
Yeah.
Bird Dog
Overlay. No, Bird Dog Adventures.
Or
Sorry.
Adventures. Sorry.
Bird dog.
Sorry,
Got it.
Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is you could get if you say your budget allows you to get the base.
Yeah.
And you want Sasquatch because you are going to offer this thing. So front and rear lockers means a lot. It really does. Because you can't go take this thing and have it lockers and stuff in it and put bigger gearing in the axles for $4,000. Not right now, anyways. Because I would think it'd be that easily.
2-door base squatch all day.
See, okay. I would actually think about getting a 2-door now. Now that I've actually seen them like in person, because when I ordered mine back in 21, I ordered it totally blind. I mean, granted, I wasn't even sold at Bronco when I had ordered it. I was just doing it to see like what my customers were going through. And granted, the extra space because of Maya and camping and like where we sleep and stuff is nice. But I've seen some really creative ways people have like taken out the seats and totally redid the 2-door Bronco, and it's been
the rear seat delete. Yeah, no, there's some really. I mean, I think the 2-door looks better. Obviously, I love the 4-door. That's what I have. But the 2-door base squatch with the 2.7, or any 2-door Sasquatch with the 2.7 in general, it just has so much power. It's so fun to drive. It genuinely is. So
I feel like it's driving a go-kart though.
Yeah,
like I'm sure
in
that's
a good
why
way. Yeah.
So during Motor City Bronco Fest, I got to ride with Laura and her Bronco.
Yeah.
And I was super comfortable. I had no complaints. I'm like, it was really one of the first times I got to go on a 2-door. And it was great. I loved it. If I had the chance to reorder, I might do a 2-door.
I would, our next Bronco would definitely probably be a 2-door. Just by the time we get another one, the kids doing their own thing. It's just me and you.
Sure, it will be.
There's more leg room.
I've heard that.
There's more leg room because it's longer, like from the door. Because I don't think the 4-door has enough leg room in the front seats, especially for the driver. I will say.
I'm sure.
Now this sounds like a small thing, but have you noticed the 2-door, the door insert that you can actually see the color through? That's kind of a cool thing. That's cool. You don't get that. You don't get that in the 4-door.
I do kind of like that.
I think the 2-door looks better with the roof off too. I think it looks really cool.
Yes, that's where I
would say there. I do think it looks better.
So I do have to say, so my first 2-door I actually delivered was to Jeff Trapp, who owns Jeff Bronco Graveyard, and he actually bought one of his original Broncos from us. Yeah, name drop. Like people couldn't figure that out. But I think that the 2-door complements the first gen Bronco way more. Just by looks, stance, and appearance. Because we had them both parked next to each other. It was just really cool to kind of see.
When you see the white hardtop with the Heritage, like that might be where this would sway. Is if we were looking at just 2-doors and Heritage was in play, I would probably say the Heritage it's done for me. There's nothing to do on the outside. It looks great.
Can you pull it up, Dave?
Yeah. Give me just a second.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that Big Bend is winning in the poll.
Yeah, I am too because
Team Big Bend.
Well, Team 2-door was all Team Base was all. They always let us know there's a strong crowd in this for Base.
Base Squatch.
There is. There's
Jordan. Which one you want? 4-door or 2-door?
2-door Heritage.
Wait, Heritage or Heritage Limited?
Well, we're talking low trim, so.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if this was in the mix, of course it really can't be because
there is one color available on the Heritage.
Let's see. If I'm doing this, it's probably going cactus gray too.
I like that. That or is that carb gray in the end there on the far right?
Yeah.
Azure.
Oh no, it's Azure.
I'd probably go.
What's the other one? Iconic silver. What's the one to the left of the head?
Carbonized gray.
There's carb gray.
Okay.
That swatch is so wrong. It's showing Azure is darker than Carb Gray. Come on.
Well, I'm sure you remember the Cactus Gray dilemma where they had to change
yeah.
it like 3 times because it never represented that color.
And then the door was one color and the rest of the truck was a different color.
I like Azure and Carb Gray a lot on the Heritage.
Yep.
I don't know. But I do like the black wheels on the Heritage Limited better than I like the white wheels on the standard Heritage.
Well, I'm
torn.
I would like these better. I think this is more of a true representation to me than the other one is.
I like the color. I don't like the design. If that makes sense. Like the notches, the slits are too big or too reminiscent of a Lego wheel to me. I like the white.
Jordan. Never gonna unsee it now.
It's true.
I mean,
but like the 1552 analog HDs. Honestly, if I bought a Heritage, I would swap them out with the white analog 1552s. That's just my thing. It's just my preference.
See, and Robin's egg is my color
and
for this
these
one.
fenders should have been white. If you're doing the top,
there's only 2 colors available for the Limited.
Yeah,
now?
it's the hard boiled egg and the blue.
I thought at one time they did have like 4 colors for it.
Me too.
No, it's only for the regular Heritage. So go back to the Yellowstone.
That's awful to me.
It literally looks like a hard boiled egg. You have the.
It's pretty in person. It's pearly.
No, it's
much
bad.
better in person than it is.
It's a hard boiled egg. I can't unsee it.
Well, this one's not in play, so we can't even worry about that one. Let's see where our poll. What's the poll there? And
can't even.
We've got 63 votes.
Mobile says deviled egg.
The deviled egg. That's what you
Deviled egg.
The deviled egg.
The red on the grill is like the paprika on top of a deviled egg.
See?
You're not wrong.
Jordan.
I made that comparison. We had a Bronco Sport
Y'all are killing me.
in our showroom. And I made that comment to one of my managers. He's like, "Well, now we can't unsee that," and like walks away. Like,
I want to see without the top on. Like I want to take the top off of a 2-door Yellowstone and see what it looks like. Maybe they'll give us a Heritage for Woodward. Yeah, maybe we'll get one for Woodward. That'd be great.
There you go.
Well, that's Chris Yates.
Yellow. He wants to see Yellowstone.
So demanding.
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Those white wheels and that is awful. I'm sorry.
Take the white out and make them all black.
Yeah. Well, once you take the white roof off, those wheels just look like targets. Like you're at a shooting range and like, oh yeah, hit the middle of that.
Yeah.
That's.
I do have to say, there's a Robin's egg Bronco Sport that lives down the street, and I drive by it all the time, and I'm like, man, that's a pretty color. It's such a pretty color.
Yeah. See, this not as bad with this. With the light blue, kind of chills it out.
Like that on the beach. If you lived in like Malibu, you're great.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
and I
love
even
a
like
little
the seats.
2-door.
I like the interior on the Limited a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
I just think the Limited though, and I know that we're debating the ones. I think that the Limited, the problem with it is what dealers don't. It's sort of random what they know they're getting. Like there's no, and then everybody
a 4-door.
But everybody was like, oh, it's dealers are marking everything up, and then what does Ford do? Literally gives them the perfect vehicle to go. Oh, you want to pay $120K? Cool. Oh, and no, only dealers can order this. You can't order it.
And I said this on our stream last week, but I think Heritage editions in general across the board, all automakers, like it's just very hard to pull off correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very, very difficult to do right. Like Discovery or I know I keep going to Land Rover and you guys know. Like their Land Rover, like just because it's they do a lot of similar stuff.
They do
with additions. Like their Heritage Defender was horrible, absolutely awful. It's like some people just need to know when to stop.
Well, guys, get your final votes in. So Jordan, which one's the better value? I'm writing these down for our polls. Which one's
Base.
do you think?
Base.
Tim, where are you at now?
No, well, I know Land Rover has a Heritage. It doesn't mean they did it right.
I'm so glad we brought Jordan on.
These people are just coming through my throat tonight. They're like, so my membership pays for your car payment? No, my 80 hours a week of hard work pays for my car payment. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, Jordan. They were coming at me last time because I
gosh.
was talking about Raptor Off Rodeo.
Yes.
So,
Tim, where are you at? Which is the better value?
Okay, so which one would I select, or which one is the better value?
Ultimately, which one is the better value in your opinion?
Okay, I think base is the better value, but I would choose a Big Ben because I would want the bin package.
Allie, which one for you?
I'm literally exactly with Tim. The better value is the base, but if you're after the comfort features, Big Bend all the way.
Yeah, and you're getting some of that, but you'd have to upgrade to mid package, though, right?
yeah, but that's what we're talking about. That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm the
You have
exact
that
same.
ability to do that.
Nurse AJ, I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah, I'm saying base is the best value. But if you're looking for the comfort features, it's the Big Bend.
I can't write both choices.
Guys,
down.
which one's the better
We
value?
say
That's the
base
question.
because I'm saying the
It's a
same thing.
base.
The exact same thing as Tim, because I want the bougie features, but I think the value is in the base,
Well,
and a lot you can change.
Okay, so and where's our poll at? We're going to end our poll. So a couple seconds left. You want to jump in on this? But so all of us right now are saying base.
Yeah.
So, but yet it doesn't reflect what the people buying would say.
Not funny.
Because I don't think they're looking at which is the best value, but which would they choose.
Yes, they would
Right,
choose.
and which is fine. I mean, that's
And
in
I
their
think
mind.
that's why they're looking at the Big Ben, because they would probably get the mid package.
Right.
because we're in the same
And
boat.
which is the question is, will Ford give us the base next year? They took it away on the Bronco Sport.
They did.
You know,
Oh,
will
Tim,
we see, or will we see a Big Ben with a black appearance package so you can get the black grill on a Big Ben and get like a base look? I don't know.
I do think they
so
need to
many
reduce. They do need to reduce trim options
They do.
drastically.
I've said that since the get go.
Yeah.
They too many options, and it made things confusing from the get go. Which is the battle we're having tonight: is base versus Big Ben. It's too close. Honestly, it's just too close.
And eliminate Black Diamond. Make it a package like it is on Bronco Sport. Like just make it a underbody protection package or something.
I honestly, and I've said this from day one to a lot of my customers, I think Black Diamond is super overlooked. If you're truly looking for like your off-road car that you want to wash out, that you don't want to jump up to Badlands, perfect. But make it a package. Like make it available for other trim levels and things like that.
Well,
I think Outer Banks is fine where it is, but I would smush Black Diamond through base. Just take all those three and put it into one. Then have your Outer Banks and then Badlands Wild Track, and I think you're fine.
But I don't see there's no purpose for Wild Track anymore. I know it's it sells well, but with Raptor out there, there is no reason to have a light Raptor.
I would take the Wild Track suspension, put it on a Badlands.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's the thing. I would take Wild Track and exactly what you said. Put the suspension on the Badlands, and I think Badlands takes it all.
And then
maybe you call it a Wild Track package instead of a trim level. So then you're upgrading, kind of like Sasquatch's package.
That's fair because just like Wild Track, you could upgrade the suspension. Maybe you can just do that on the Badlands. Plus, you get the stabilizer bar disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring back the Everglades, but like reinvigorate it and actually make it worth the case. I know, actually, again, back on the Land Rover train, Ford was benchmarking the Defender. Hey, it's just the current news, guys. Okay, they were benchmarking. they were benchmarking the Defender today in Dearborn. The engineers were out with the Defender with the snorkel on it. So put a little more umph into the Everglades package because I think it looked great.
We don't get invited to any of the Land Rover stuff because it's a very small community, so we can't talk.
It is.
We can't talk Land Rover.
I'm just reading the news. I'm just reading the news, guys.
Everglade was a wasted. Everglade was a waste. It should have been just in a package, almost like Sasquatch. You want to add Everglade to a base where you get a snorkel, and you only get the snorkel for that, and like Sasquatch, as you go up, you get more options with it.
But I think they could have added a little more something to the Everglades.
Well, it was confusing. You other than square fenders, which you shouldn't have had square fenders, because then you've ruined now the surprise of Heritage, because it's like, oh, cool, we knew what that was going to look like. But you got a snorkel, which is one of the ugliest snorkels I've ever seen. I get why. I understand snorkels, but it's ugly. It's awful looking. And generally factory snorkels look awful because there's so many stupid regulations they have to go through so some lawyer doesn't sue them because a snowflake bounced off of something. And, I mean, it's the dumbest things you got to worry about with that. So yeah, it should have just been like its own colors. That's it. That's all you get. But no, Ford got greedy. They had all these sales, and
I'm not gonna lie, I do wish that they did the desert sand on more than just Everglades.
Well, and they just brought it back on sport.
I know.
Like,
well, I think you're going to see it as a normal color this year. I really do. I think that usually you can only look at what Sport and them have, and it's usually identical to what's coming for Bronco.
So black appearance package, freewheeling package,
probably. Well, I hope
desert sand.
That freewheeling package, that is awful. That's
poor Dirk and his Everglades.
I know, Dirk, buddy. You know, I pick on the billboard, man. But hey, that's the cool thing about this. There's an option for everybody's drawn to, and that was the one for you. And
but yeah, I definitely think it needs to go more package wise and less trim, because we say it, we've talked about it on Jeep. Jeep has a convenience package, a cold weather package, a this package, a that package, and honestly you can pick and choose what works for you and what you want in a vehicle. And I think that that's really where Ford is maybe missing out a little bit on that, and allowing people to really kind of personalize those vehicles, and having too many trims that gets confusing.
Yes, because then it reduces complexity, like down the majority of the line, and then just the last part of the line you can add on stuff. But I think when the physical components at every step of the assembly process are different, it's just complicated, and that's why Bronco took 16 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at the Bronco Sport,
go ahead, Tim.
I was just saying, if you look at the Bronco Sport, technically it's got like 3 trims. I mean, there's two, like there's a Heritage and that freewheeling, but they're both based off the Big Bend. So you really got a Big Bend, Outer Banks, and a Badlands, I mean, and then they have packages you put onto each one of those, because I just did my videos and I did them all in one day, because I was like, oh, these all just have the same packages available on all of them, and they made it simplified. So they should do something similar to that to the Bronco.
Tim, did they offer a pricing on that ugly throwback Bronco Sport yet?
It's the same price as the Heritage Edition.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like $30 a difference. Is it?
Yeah.
So it's basically just a Heritage Edition, just a different look.
Yeah.
In a sense, and then the same packages are available on both of those two packages, those 2 trims. So
I really hate that you did that on Bronco Sport.
All right, so we're in the poll. I keep trying to end it. So we will write down these stats as soon as they pop up for the final tally.
It's all been really slow tonight.
I know. Come on. Come on, YouTube. There we go.
All right. So which is the best option in entry-level Bronco? Big Bend Sasquatch was 53%. Base Sasquatch was 46%. 67%.
Which is not how I really thought it was going to go to base.
Yeah, I thought so too, because we've talked so many times about the base Squatch, and you've been like, why do we need a base Squatch?
Well, no, and I think a base should be just a base, and that's all you can make it.
I will say Dave has hated on the base Squatch quite a few times.
True story.
I don't hate it. I just don't see.
You've hated on it.
Tonight shows like I don't see the value in that versus just do a Big Bend. I mean, yes, we've proven $4,000 is a big chunk of difference, but for me, the base should just been a base, because it's somebody that knows, okay, I'm going to build this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to build it how I want it.
I just want the shell.
I just want the entry level of it.
Yep.
So that's my only buzz about it. But that is surprising, and which is going to lead till next week, which we're going to do the Outer Banks versus Black Diamond, which should be different. That's going to be plush versus entry level rugged.
Mm-hmm.
Is the way I see that. So that one should be pretty interesting.
I mean,
I think my favorite builds ever is a Black Diamond.
That's what ours was going to be
until I needed the Stay Bar disconnect.
Yep.
Happens.
rabbit rip.
I'm not gonna lie, I ordered blinds, so
Well, would you change, Allie?
absolutely not.
Nope, you're happy.
You wouldn't do
Like-
Sasquatch package though?
See, I think I might just so I don't have to do it myself because I'm like this close to doing it myself.
Well, you have
But
basically.
do you
everything.
need Sasquatch? Like,
Do I need it? No. Do I need a Bronco? No. Yet here we are.
Or do you need a Land Rover? Jeez.
Yeah,
yes,
do you need
actually,
one?
I do.
Wrong person to ask there, Dave. No, but that's the thing. Like, I would do it so I don't have to do it myself because I'm more of like I don't want to deal with it. I'm not a techie person. I can't
Well, that
build my
was the
own
appeal for
cars.
me.
Techs and stuff have to help me do this because I can't.
No, but Allie, that was the appeal for me. Yes, I am older of the group here, but
Back in my day.
but I got tired of building these things. I thought the idea, the Bronco sold me on the idea that I can get 35s, lockers, and I don't have
From
to.
the
I can just go
factory.
have fun. I can just
Yes.
go buy it and have fun.
you can
can
literally
literally
drive off the
drive
lot
it.
and go.
Yep. That's what I love because like I don't like so okay, we have Bronco Takeover coming on Thursday going into this weekend. And I decided I want to change my lights last minute, so shout out to IAG for sending those to me today. Because I should have them tomorrow or Wednesday. Have the guys install them, hurry up and go. But like I can't do it, so I have to like hope that they show up by
You
Wednesday
can
afternoon.
do it. You choose not to learn how to do it.
We don't have the time for me to learn how to do electrical.
I
Well,
can
just
do
build
it.
That might be
house.
the
I get it.
case, but you're capable of doing it.
I could.
Allie, I stress on my videos when we
I don't
do
wanna.
stuff in our driveway that if I can do it in my driveway, you can do it in your driveway, which is true.
Mhm.
I hate
Absolutely
electrical.
could. I'm just not patient with myself.
Electrical's scary. Electrical is scary. It's like the intimidation factor is very high for sure.
100%.
Oh, that's why I have an ARB pump we've got to install, and installing it's easy. I mean, but she's gonna help me with the electrical because I'm like,
Yeah.
I can do it, but I'm just like, I need two eyes. Yes,
Yeah.
because I don't
That's
want
the thing. I can do my own brakes. I can change my own oil if I have to. Electrical? No way. All the electrical in my house is done by a family friend or my cousin.
Who
I'm
are
not-
trained in that, right?
He's a
Who-
fireman.
Well, yeah,
so
I
he
would
catches
never
it on-
recommend
Oh,
home
there you go.
electrical as a DIY.
Yeah, no. He's a fireman, so if he catches anything on my house on fire, it's on him. He can deal
Well,
with that
That's
too.
why we have
My-
insurance.
My extent of electrical in the house is like I would replace a plug or something like
No,
that, but I wouldn't
wouldn't
do
even do
anything
that.
else.
You change
would.
the garage
Nope.
or the
I
garbage
can change a light bulb
Yep,
I did
can do
change the
that.
garbage disposal.
and a tire.
And a
We found
tire.
out.
and a tire.
I'm leaning into that. I'm agreeing that you can do it now. Jordan.
Wait, I changed the
I'm-
water heater too. That was electrical.
I'm looking forward to my T-shirt that says "I can change a tire."
Who's the one that
I
made
will say, I added the tailgate enforcement or reinforcement on my the Bronco yesterday, and that 35 is heavy. I was like, dang, I can't lift this up there.
Yeah, we took it off to put the to wrap the
Ugh, Christmas light?
Christmas twine around it for because everybody was doing and of course it was the first year, so I was like, ooh, we have to take it off and wrap it around the entire tire when everybody else was just taking wreaths and just putting it on their tire. No, we took the tire off and I wrapped it in the living room.
I had a lot of pleasure putting all that crap off that tire too. I can tell you.
My tailgate crinkled. I discovered.
Oh no,
Really?
Oh.
Your Raptor?
No, that's been
Oh.
long gone. No, the wild
Sorry.
track. The wild track. When last time I was changing the tire a couple weeks ago in Oregon, took the spare tire off and I was like, oh, well, that's a crinkle.
Ooh.
Well, it's
Womp
not
womp.
like you don't know anybody there. Hey, go complain to somebody, Jordan. Jeez.
Go get it fixed.
I have not touched the Bronco in like two weeks.
That's
Too
sad.
Jordan's like, I'll touch it for Woodward.
Well, I got
Sad.
not even. I'm getting on a plane. I got home from Oregon.
In there.
I got home from Oregon and I was like, this thing, I am not touching it for like as long as humanly possible. I need a Bronco break.
As you get ready to go to
Well, we've learned that Allie can change those
Woodward
Bronco
coming
brakes.
up.
Well, I'm going to Moab on Thursday.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. For Bronco
It's gonna be
Nation
hot.
Takeover Day.
Well, TFL just got back from Moab, and they said it was extremely hot. It's like
Yeah,
nobody
it's-
was out of their vehicles.
No, it's been running 107, I think. It's supposed to get cooler this week, but we'll see.
Wow.
So if you're coming to Bronco Nation Takeover Day on Friday in Moab, I'll see you there.
Hey, are y'all doing the safari next year?
Yes. Well,
Nice.
hopefully.
Oh, maybe.
He's gonna be over at Land Cruiser.
The goal. Yeah. Me TBD. No. The goal, we have every intent to be there and at Hammers, Supercell East, all that stuff. The goal is to be there.
Well, I got to figure out who with Ford flew in people to Hammers last year, and I need a trip to Hammers.
Allie's wondering the same thing.
I know she was. We had a personal
Bronco
conversation.
78 Adventures. I have 37s. 37s.
Wow. All right, as we wind this one down, I want to talk about Mustang just for a minute. Okay.
Somebody asked, they were late, and they asked
I
about it
know.
anyway.
Prove that it's no longer in the pond. Hold on.
Wait, so first off, here's the order. So as everybody
Here
can
we
see,
go.
And I love how everybody like blurs out their VIN number. We don't care.
who cares? What are they going to do?
I was like, I hope
to
you don't have any sensitive information on here.
That's like license plates. They blur them out online, but then I
Yeah.
can drive by their house and see their license plate. It's no different.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
by
gosh.
the way, guys, their date says the 31st it was supposed to be delivered. Here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, now
It'll
it says
reset.
now it says the 4th, guys.
Yeah, I'm saying it'll reset once it passes that date.
That's what I told him.
My favorite detail shop. I don't have it. My favorite detail shop is you're looking at them.
1 and 2.
It's me, an AutoZone, and a coin-operated car wash.
But some
Allie's looking to update the Mustang.
no, that's fine. So sometime I was talking to the audience. So sometime within the next 2 weeks, we hope to see this damn thing. Allie, can I post that?
What?
Can I
Can
share
you
that?
share that?
Oh, well, Allie can share that.
Yeah.
So it's not in a pond this week, so that's good. It is at a rail yard, which is kind of strange to me.
It's right
Um,
there.
And
It's
these are
probably
not live
like
pictures,
third
so-
in line.
It is
Oh,
getting
maybe
shipped
we did get into a
to
video.
California.
It says Cassins
Oh, my
has
car
it
will be
technically.
Tim, I heard you guys you were talking to RTR and you were talking to Vaughn. What you said you had four coming?
Well, I know we have a bunch that we got what the early ones are supposed to be stocks. Yeah, that happened. And we were supposed to get 5 of those.
Yeah, we were supposed to have
So-
FCTPs about that.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
we had because
maybe you
they
can get a press unit for Woodward.
they
I know what I'm doing now.
got to get the okay to buy.
See, hold on, wait.
Maybe
I'm gonna show you this too.
Hold on.
I was told it's supposed to be this week.
Tomorrow.
They're all still in the plant. And when you go to
So you say that, but what are we looking? Where are we looking at where it says that they're still in the plant? Because you look at this every day, so we're not familiar.
So over on, oh wait, hold on, I gotta go back. Over on the left-hand side where it says Brighton Ford.
Yeah.
There's this little orangish brown that says in plant.
Okay.
If it was released from the plant, that means it's in transit, and it would be green where it says in plant.
Got it. Okay.
There's 0 within 3,200 dealers.
But if you get on Mustang 7G, a brother's uncle's father told me that something was about to happen.
I'm gonna tell them they're high off their ass.
We've gotten nothing. We've heard nothing. But
Yeah,
All
hopefully
the
maybe
media
tomorrow.
reviews,
We'll find out.
were super positive.
I was
I'm so the
one
ones
was
that I watched. Whose wasn't?
guys from Canada, Throttle House. They were like, it's just kind of the same car.
because it's
Which no kidding.
they're from Canada. They can only drive it 1 month out of the year.
Yeah, I love Kelly Blue Book's reviews personally, and they said it was great.
I need to have Lynn on the show.
I need to drive one. Allie, Woodward. I'm gonna get one in Woodward. Oh, wait. Cruise and Muir, they always have a fleet of press cars that you can
They
take
do.
out. There's definitely going to be a Mustang there.
It better not be.
And we have press credentials, so.
Better not be mine.
No.
Hey, does that
I'm
mean
take-
I do
I'm
because
taking
I'm a
Dave-
volunteer?
No, it absolutely does not mean that. I am sorry. It does not mean that.
Damn it.
No, London and Matt got pissed last year because Laura and I had press credentials, and I forgot about this, but I guess we left him outside on the curb. And Laura and I walked into Cruise and Muir, and one of the press people, I forget who it was giving a presentation to all the media about the Bronco brand. And Laura and I walk in there, and up on the screen is Bronco Nation. We're like, hello.
Oh, hi.
Hey guys, it's us.
They're like, speaking of, and I'm like, nope, not now.
That's hilarious.
Well,
Well, there's a
Tim,
bunch of dark horses down in Concord, North Carolina.
I thought you were
Go get
going
one of
over
those.
there. I thought you guys were flying out there for that.
No, initially it was just the RTR tour, and then Vaughn's like, "Are you going to the event tonight?" I said, "Is that here?" Because I wasn't even paying attention to any of the stuff on that. And they said, "Yeah, let me see if I can get you in." And I did, so we got
That's
got
awesome.
lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Vaughn's so
"Man, how did Tim
nice.
get that invite, and I didn't."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it
Did
was-
you see the
sounded
one?
really
Just like
cocky
No, no,
there.
they pretty much let anybody in though. There wasn't a lot of press there. I mean, it was like very quiet, hush hush kind of thing. It was just like, yeah, I think there was there's a lot of press that got a chance to ride in the dark horse earlier that day. So around the track, which would have been fun because in New York it was like, oh, we're going to go 20 miles an hour because there's all this traffic. So
Well, Tim, I seen you're on the Mustang forum. That was a good gift for you, man. That was a nice walk around, and I enjoyed that
it
video.
was fun. Yeah, it was cool seeing they had the race, the cars from the race series there that they were working on, which is pretty cool. And then a truck with a tarp on it, which I pretty much feel like I know what that is. I just would like to see what it looks like. So that's going to be that Red Bull race edition, right? It's got to be or something.
There you go.
Vaughn and the RTR crew are like the nicest, kindest people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
I got to meet
didn't
Vaughn
even-
at the Mustang premiere last year at the Detroit
Well,
Auto Show.
Yeah, he came to opening day at Bronco Raptor Off Rodeo and surprised everybody and took him on hot
Oh,
laps.
I saw that.
Yeah, I
such
reached
a
out
cool
about
guy.
that. I was like, "Hey, are they going to be there for the press?" Because I assumed they would be there for press, and no. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
I mean, Lauren went last weekend, so Vaughn was weekend one. Lauren went weekend two.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
What is
Yep.
the question here?
So
Let's see. Laura said,
And
"What?"
we'll be
that?
there October 30th.
Yeah. So we're gonna have him back at the dealership August 24th. Well, not at the dealership. He'll be at we have a museum in town that we have the Hoonigan truck there for the last 3 months, and so he'll be there for that and sign autographs, that kind of stuff.
I hope he comes to Woodward.
Yep. So
See, Laura's asking, what do I think of the engine on Bass or Big Ben? I mean, I'm always about more power, so I always want.
She said Dave is not a fan of the 2.3, right?
No, I don't dislike that 2.3. I just, if there's an option between power and more power, I'm always going more power.
More is more. More is always more.
yeah, you can get both on both those, right?
Yeah.
Bass and
Yeah.
Big Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And there was a super chat earlier, and for some reason I cannot find it now, and the computer's acting weird. So thank you for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it for that was added in there. So thanks, guys. Sorry I couldn't dig it up. It's the chat's acting weird tonight, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, update on Raptors, Alley. When do you think they're going to be delivered? I'm just while we're talking statistics. When do Ranger
December.
Raptors? Because I'm seeing September is when they start to go in production, but it'll be a very slow process on that.
I guarantee. So you know how they're holding them for Mustang right now?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you we will not see Ranger Raptors till December.
You mean they don't have Amazon
I agree
delivery?
with her.
No, I don't doubt that at all. Not at all. Because it's the same thing Toyota's doing with the new Tacoma.
I mean, I've said this since day one, and I'm not bashing on Ranger Raptor. Don't get me wrong. They said that we're going to see them Q4. They're going to get a select few out in Q4 to say that they delivered on what they said, and they're going to hold them. Because you have to think about this though too. November you have shutdown for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 2 weeks shutdown for Christmas and New Year. So realistically, it's, I don't know.
And you're saying delivered on a lot.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Well, I'm amazed if you read the forums on that. I'm amazed that these people just think the Ranger Raptor guys, and which they're a whole new animal of like understanding how these people operate, but they just think, why are they not building them all at once? And you're like, well, that's not how production works, man. Like the normal Ranger guy would like to have his vehicle too,
right?
It's complex. That's
Jordan,
what,
are you guys going to get into any Ranger Raptor over on Bronco Nation?
you never know, Dave. You never know.
I'm trying to get a scoop, man. I'm just trying.
You and me both, brother. You think I'm not trying to get a scoop?
Tim, did you order yourself one?
Here.
Tim, did you
that's why I'm
order?
going to Woodward and going to Cruise and Mirror so I can get a Mustang scoop on you.
Well, no, but you can get you can get a Ranger Raptor there. I'm sure in the press fleet by then.
I guarantee you that they'll have Ranger Raptors down
There's
there.
enough of them. Well, maybe not in press fleet, I guess, because they haven't done any. I haven't even heard of rides yet.
They haven't done. They haven't. Yeah, because they haven't done the press event, so it's embargoed. So they're not just going to let us yeehaw behind one. I mean, maybe, who knows? But I don't know that Woodward's going to be the best place to review a Ranger Raptor.
It's true.
Yeah, Bronco 78 can't talk about future products.
That's
yeah,
right.
we've gotten that.
I have no insight into future product.
No,
that's
Tim,
why
I
can't. I'm not that.
Damn it, Jordan.
Clued in. Sorry, I'm just trying to make.
You're not that in
the Bronco break.
Tim, did you order yourself a Ranger Raptor?
No, we have one allocation.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm this close to ordering a Ranger Raptor since I couldn't get my Bronco Raptor.
I think
we had so many people online that I just like nope, and we couldn't buy one from MSRP, so even employees. It's like
really.
So
yeah,
wow.
I talked to Allie about this.
That'll change when we get more allocations.
I keep hearing other dealers talking. Oh, we're getting a couple this year. Is there any truth to that? You think?
Well, okay, so everybody gets one for until like fourth quarter is when they're supposed to open it up and tell dealers that they're going to get more, and then it'll be a certain formula, right? So they don't really know that they're getting a second one until that's released.
Yeah,
sometime in fourth quarter.
The only thing our rep have said is that based on prior years, like we all get one, and he said it looks like we would probably get 4 more, maybe.
Yeah.
Based on prior years.
Did y'all see the news that came out about the Ranger today, talking about the popular colors and stuff? And I was surprised. Now, I wasn't surprised the green was the top choice, but the black for a Ranger Raptor was kind of a surprise.
Well, but you're going to murder it out.
No, but I just would have figured some of the other colors might have. I mean,
I'm surprised Azure wasn't higher up.
Or even Cactus Gray. Cactus Gray is very
popular. Seriously, it's my favorite.
What?
Cactus Gray looks so good on there. I see a lot of Cactus Gray Rangers right now.
Yeah. Well, we were trying to switch our color up, and Azure may have won out for us, but that green is pretty. I can't wait to see
green.
The shelter green.
Shelter.
You like it?
It looks good in person.
I like it in person.
I do.
Okay.
Have you seen it in person, Jordan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it looks a lot better because I from a distance go, hell no. But then when you see it in person, it looks a lot better.
And it plays well with the code orange accents.
Okay.
That all the colors on the inside, it plays well with that. The Azure,
as our daughter would say, they're in the same color family.
Yeah, Azure.
I only have crappy pictures of it because it was crappy this weekend. Hold on.
The Azure Gray was nice because it's real sparkly in person, but the orange to me doesn't necessarily play as well in that.
Yeah.
Black, that orange would play well with the black.
Oh yeah.
If you want to scoop, you need to figure out what Allie did this weekend.
Y'all will find out sometime soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was not friends of Ford.
That does look cool, Allie, on the Raptor.
Yeah, it doesn't do it justice though, because it was rainy and crappy on Saturday morning. But
who brought that Raptor out?
We'll talk about it soon.
She cannot talk about future products.
I'm trying to figure out who's in the driver's seat here.
Well, the color's already been posted. So like
I know
that
the color has.
Yeah, that we can talk about. But
I'm trying to figure out who's in the driver's seat.
You'll never know.
Well, on that,
George was just like, you.
On that. So, Tim, you got what are you talking about tomorrow?
I don't know.
Bronco price increase.
I was going to figure that out tonight, but somebody had messed me on.
Whoops. I did that to you the last time, I think, too.
We might talk Jordan's favorite. We might talk EV.
Ooh. They're all burning down the house right now.
I'm going to start EV and Land Rover Nation. That's what I'm going to do.
Here you go. Allie, you got anything coming up?
Just Bronco Takeover and Woodward.
All right. Jordan, we've heard 16 times what Jordan's doing this coming up.
And then he's taking a month off.
Yep. He's taking some time off.
I said I'm going to Woodward. That's all I said I was. I don't have any magical plans here.
Jordan, you guys doing a live stream this week?
No, every other Wednesday. So I think the next one is August 9th.
Well,
and we have a special guest from Ford on that evening.
Ford, not you.
From Ford.
Anybody that will actually talk about anything?
This is a first-time guest from Ford, so I don't know. That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. One of my personal favorite Ford employees.
Ooh, it's your dad?
No. Not a Ford employee. Not a Ford employee.
He's not a Ford employee.
Anymore.
Dave.
No, she's phenomenal. She's been on
we're narrowing it down to a she.
Yep. She's been on the program.
That still doesn't get you that close.
Quite a while. I don't know if since the beginning, but pretty darn close. No, she's fantastic, and I think she'll have some exciting stuff to. What?
It's an is she on Bronco?
Yeah.
Look, you two. You two figure out your own secret people. You got after the fact.
It's not Allison, but she'll have some
an
exciting stuff to share with people. So.
Well,
sweet.
So next week we will have round 2 of this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We tried to do something a little bit different since news. We won't get any news for another few weeks on future Bronco stuff. And there is August 11th. There's something coming out. Past that, we just when things break, we will talk about them. So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
it only matters what you drive tonight, right?
It does, because we're talking Broncos.
Wait. I wasn't ready. And we're out.
See ya.
Bye.